You know what's truly amusing? People mistake silence for surrender. They think you've bowed out, tapped out, accepted defeat. They celebrate like they've conquered you, like they've shattered your spirit, but what they fail to see is that your silence, oh man, your silence is the slowest form of revenge. It's poison that seeps under their skin. Pulse by pulse, see you don't need to clap back at every insult. You don't need to shout when they try to humiliate you. Know that's their trap. That's the stage they built for your reaction. They crave it, they live off it. It feeds their fragile sense of power. They believe they matter only when you respond. But here's the truth, and I want this to hit deep. Your silence starves them, it strips them bare, it takes away their weapon, their fuel, their illusion. They scream into the darkness, expecting fire, and all they get is cold indifference, and that emptiness eats them alive. Silence, my friend, is a blade, invisible and merciless, sharper than vengeance, deadlier than rage. And when they see you standing there untouched, calm, unmoved, it terrifies them, it infects their mind. They think they broke you, but no, you're just waiting, letting the quiet do what fury never could. Patience is your battlefield, and they're losing every second. They wait for your explosion, your collapse, your breakdown, because that's what they would do. But you've mastered restraint. You've learned that silence burns hotter than fury. It's like lighting a fire in their chest that never dies, only smolders until they're consumed by it. Tell me, who's stronger, the one who screams, fists flying, veins bulging, or the one who faces the storm without a word, steady, unshaken? You already know the answer. Silence is strength, silence is power, and power, my friend, is control. That's what breaks them, the control you hold when you give them nothing. They drown in their own noise, in their own chaos, and that's when fear creeps, and that's when they realize they've lost their grip, that they mean nothing, not to you, not anymore. And that's when it happens. The silence turns into their mirror, reflecting everything they hate, every weakness, every insecurity. Your silence becomes their punishment, their cell, and the more you keep it, the tighter the walls close, and until all that's left of them is the echo of what they used to be. Panic hits them first. They start to wonder, what's he thinking? What's he plotting? They'll lie awake at night, their minds running wild, imagining when he'll strike back, how you'll do it. But you just sit there cool as the night air, unbothered, untouched, because you already know the truth that you don't need to move a muscle. They're tearing themselves apart every second. They wait for your reaction, and that right there, that's the real joke. Listen, kid, I get it, it hurts, it burns when the ones you trusted turn their backs, when they treat you like you're nothing. But I'm telling you now, your strength lives in that silence. Don't hand them your pain, don't show them your scars. That's what they want. They feed on your outbursts, your anger, your cries. They crave your reaction, but you stay still. You let them choke on their own lies, drown in their own poison. They'll twist themselves in circles, trying to guess your next move, and every time you don't give it to them, you're winning quietly, silently. You're winning a war they don't even see coming. And here's the best part, you don't run, you don't disappear, you stand right there. Make them feel your calm, your presence, your power. That's what terrifies them the most, because deep down they know that silence means you're still in charge. You're still the one pulling the strings, even when you say nothing. So when they spit your name in hate, you don't fight back with fists or rage. You just smile. You let them spiral. You let them drown in their own noise, because silence is the loudest sound they'll ever hear. And trust me, kid, it's eating them alive, one second at a time. Ever notice how the world can't stop yelling? Everyone desperate to prove something, shouting to feel important, like volume equals worth. But all that noise, it's just chaos, just empty words flying like ashes in the wind. But you don't need to join that circus. Let them rant, let them reveal themselves, their disrespect, their smallness, because at the end of it all, you've got what they never will: control over your emotions, your energy, your peace. And that's power, real power. See, silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. It's the slow poison they can't detect until it's too late. Minds gnaw at their fake confidence. It tells them without a whisper that they don't deserve your words, your time, your presence. That truth burns them alive. Oh, how it eats them up, because people like that, the arrogant ones, they breathe attention, they survive on it. It's their oxygen, and when you take it away, when you let them suffocate in their own craving for validation, you might as well be watching their pride collapse in slow motion. And listen, there'll be days when you want to lash out, scream, fight back, prove a point, but that's the bait. That's where they win, because the second you react, you give them power. They drag you down into their chaos, where only noise and ego matter. But you're wiser than that. You're colder, more focused. You play for the long run. See, your silence is the loudest weapon you'll ever wield. It's brutal. It makes them restless, makes them question their worth, makes them itch to know why they can't break you. And that right there, that's dominance, not in what you speak, but in what you hold back. They'll walk around acting victorious, thinking they silenced you, but you and I both know that's a lie because you're right behind them, patient, poised, waiting, and when the timing's perfect, when they think you're gone, that's when you strike, not with fury, but with precision and purpose. You have to realize something about people. They fear mystery. They fear what they can't read, and silence drives them mad because they can't decode your thoughts, your motives, your calm. That uncertainty devours them from the inside. How many times have you seen people lose their minds simply because they were ignored? How many times have they crumbled just because you refused to react? That's real power, the kind that forces them to face their own demons, their own emptiness. It corners them with nothing but their reflection, and trust me, most can't handle that. They hide behind noise, behind masks, behind words, but when you stay still, quiet, unshaken, they're left naked with truth, and that's the cruel beauty. Every second you stay silent, the pressure builds. It wins tighter and tighter around their fragile little minds until finally it snaps. And when it does, oh, when it does, they'll be the ones who shatter. They'll be the ones who lose. And you'll still be their steady calm, untouched. They disrespected you, sure, thought they had you pegged, thought they could knock you off balance, but all they did was reveal their weakness, while you didn't reveal a damn thing. That's your real power. The less they know, the less they can predict, the less they understand, the more you control. And control, my friend, is the real currency in this world. See, when you stay silent after the disrespect, it's like planting a seed in their mind. Small, almost invisible, but over time it grows, it twists, it festers. It spreads like poison, infecting their thoughts, their actions, their sleep. The more they think about it, the worse it gets. It eats them alive. They start to wonder, to panic. Why didn't he react? What's he planning? What's coming next? And that fear, that's your victory. That's your revenge. Because by the time they realize what's happening, it's too late. They've already destroyed themselves. So let them disrespect you. Let them talk. Let them believe they figured you out. And then you strike them with the one thing they never expected: silence. Cold, deliberate silence. Because when you don't react, you're telling them they're irrelevant. Their words, their insults, their petty little games, they mean nothing. And people hate that. They hate being made to feel small, powerless, unseen. They crave a reaction, need to know they've hurt you. But when you don't even flinch, when you stay still, unbothered, that's when they start to crumble. Every second you remain silent, you tighten the rope around their ego. You choke their pride with their own words. It's a beautiful destruction, watching them unravel, scramble for validation, desperate for any sign they got under your skin. But it never comes. The longer your silence lingers, the louder their panic grows. They talk more, they push harder, they try anything to get to you, but you stand there still, calm, unshaken, because you know the truth. Their words are hollow, their power imaginary, and that truth drives them insane. They begin to question everything. Am I invisible to him? Did I lose control? What's wrong with me? And that doubt, that creeping self-doubt, is the first crack in their armor. That's where it all begins to fall apart. Themselves, it's already over. They've lost. They just don't know it yet. You're not giving them the chaos they want, not feeding them the reaction they crave. You're giving them nothing. And that nothing is what haunts them. It's what keeps them awake at night. They disrespected you, and now they restuck living with the truth that you didn't even care enough to respond. You didn't flinch, didn't acknowledge their existence. And that's the deepest cut of all, because people can't stand being ignored. They can't stand being forgotten. It makes them feel small, powerless, like they never mattered. And that, my friend, is the ultimate insult. They can spit venom, throw their words like blades, hoping one might wound you, but when you stay silent, when you don't even blink, you show them the truth. They're beneath you. Their noise means nothing, their actions hollow, and that's what destroys them from the inside out. Because deep down, people want to feel powerful. They want to believe they can control you, bend your emotions, shape your reactions. But when you refuse to play the game, when you give them nothing, you take everything from them. You strip away their illusion of power, and all that's left is emptiness. That cold, brutal realization that they never had control in the first place. And here's the beautiful part. Your silence isn't weakness. It isn't fear. It's strategy. It's precision. It's power in its purest form. You're not just walking away. You're making a move, a deliberate choice to dominate the battlefield without lifting a finger. They think they've won. They'll tell themselves they got the last word, that they broke you. But deep down, they know the truth. They feel it. That quiet tension, that lingering unease. Your silence is a storm they can't predict, a threat they can't escape. And that fear, that creeping dread, is your revenge. Because they expected a war. They expected rage, shouting, chaos. They wanted to see you lose control, but you didn't. You didn't even move. And now they're haunted by the question, what's he planning? What comes next? And that's the genius of it. You don't have to do a damn thing. You don't have to fight. You don't have to lift a hand. They'll destroy themselves with their own thoughts. Every second they spend wondering, every minute they waste replaying your silence. They're digging their own grave, and you're just standing there, watching, waiting, because people like them always fall apart. They always do. Those who feed on disrespect can never survive the quiet. They suffocate in their own noise. Their insecurities eat them alive. They crumble under being ignored. They need the commotion, the validation, the attention like oxygen. Strip that away and they implode. It's only a matter of time. You don't have to shout to be heard. You don't have to throw punches to win. Sometimes the deadliest weapon is absolute quiet. Sometimes the most powerful move is to do nothing at all. In that stillness you send a message louder than any scream. You don't matter. Your insults are beneath me. Your words carry no weight. And that assertion, that cold indifference, is the thing that corrodes them, drives them mad. So next time they come at you, next time they try to drag you down, remember this: your silence is their downfall. Your silence will haunt them. Your silence will be the thing that breaks them. And when they finally snap under the pressure of their own doubts, you'll be standing there calm, quiet, untouched, because you never needed to fight. You never needed to scream. You never needed to prove a thing. Your silence did all the talking.